Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 622. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Howdy, hey, howdy, ho.
What's up, Chris?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, Ray?
Greetings, Earthlings.
All right, Chris, so what do you got for us first?
Well, let's start off with some Avengers stuff, I guess. The Russo brothers, who of course are directing Avengers Infinity War Parts 1 and 2, and I believe they also directed Captain America the Winter Soldier, have confirmed that Thor and Star-Lord are definitely in Infinity War. So I guess this means that we could be seeing a big presence from Asgard and possibly the Guardians of the Galaxy in Infinity War.
Yeah, 62 characters is a lot of characters for it not to be any members of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
That could be 31 in each part.
So that's a big thing. That they had said that Drax was also signed for Avengers. So now Star-Lord's part of it. It's only a matter of time before they just leak it that the whole Guardians of the Galaxy team is part of it.
Gamora and Groot.
Yeah. So that's awesome. I'm just curious if some of the 62 are actually the Netflix Marvel characters of, say, Daredevil or Luke Cage or Jessica Jones or any of that, or Iron Fist.
I would like that.
That would be awesome to get to see that.
Also, we got news confirmation that Cloak and Dagger is Marvel's next show. It's not Netflix. It's not. It's Freeform, which is ABC Family.
Oh wow!
Where Shadowhunters is. So it's going to be Freeform, their first and their only, I guess. So Cloak and Dagger, which I'm a big fan of those characters from Spider-Man comic I was reading, and I used to collect their limited series and their
I remember that coming out.
So I'm a big fan of them. I will be watching that as well. So
you can't do any worse than Shadowhunters.
No, Cloak and Dagger I think would do great. I mean, I'm pretty sure they could do that. They could do Power Pack. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Now, in my absence,
Power Pack thing.
What's that, Scott?
As I remember when Rom did a Power Pack thing.
Yeah.
When that comic book was going on.
In my absence, one of the biggest trailers ever was released. So, Chris, why don't you talk about that?
We are, of course, talking about Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Oh, yeah.
I still like Star Wars Anthology Rogue One better, but I mean, I was actually in class when the trailer dropped, and it was 8 a.m. My class ended. One of my classes ended, and one of my classmates in there. We were waiting for our professor to get to the class for the next class, and I said, "You know, that Rogue One trailer is supposed to drop today." And he was holding his iPad, and he looked at me. He said, "That Rogue One trailer dropped right now." And so we were watching it in the class, and our professor walks in, and she says, "What are you guys watching?" And we just went, "Rogue One." And she went, "Oh, okay." And you're just like,
yeah, it's expected, basically. It's okay.
When it's Star Wars, everything goes all
It's
right.
allowed. It's allowed.
Man, there was so much stuff in that trailer that was more telling than I think a lot of people think, and more than I thought as well. Grand Admiral, man. I want to know who that Grand Admiral is, because I have a feeling he could be the one we're all thinking of, and I kind of hope he is, even if they changed his design a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I gotta say, the first time I saw it, I wasn't pleased with it. I think I was speaking to you, Chris, and my first reaction was lame. And the reason why I felt that is to me, if you compare it, if you do, to every single Star Wars trailer, right? They always show you, like, the threat, the villain, whatever, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They show you Darth Vader, Emperor Palpatine, the Emperor, Darth Maul, Count Dooku. So I'm expecting, and maybe it's wrong for me to expect that, but I'm expecting at least like 3 seconds or 5 seconds of a full-on Darth Vader. Not that he's kneeling with the cloak, if that's him, but I was expecting that. I was like, that in my mind, I convinced myself that was going to happen. And when it didn't happen, I didn't like the whole trailer. So what I did was I said, no, you know what? I can't feel like that because of one thing. I got to go back and I got to watch it because, how could I not like a Star Wars thing? So I watched it about 20 times, and I kept watching every day. And I'm like, I like it, but I still
expected
something more with Darth Vader. I don't have in my mind any reason
Well, it's
why.
just the first
They
trailer.
couldn't- Yeah, but that's something they should have put
Well,
in.
let me put your mind at ease, so you know. But I didn't want to cut you off or anything, Scott. But
That's all right. I was going to say this is like their first trailer, so they're probably saving it for the second or third.
right, there's two things here that I think are telling. When you said that you wanted to see like the threat, like the villain, if that Grand Admiral is who I'm thinking it is,
Right.
we are set. We are all set for this movie. The other thing was the black armored stormtrooper that you see the close-up of.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hearing those are the Death Troopers, which are like the Shadow Troopers from the expanded universe that used to be canon, or that was thought to be canon. Apparently, though, and if what I'm hearing is correct, which I buy it, wherever those stormtroopers go, Vader is not far behind. So they are his personal elite troopers.
Well, we've never seen them though in the original.
Right. And I think that's because they probably all die in this one. But those guys are there. But I have a funny feeling that they're holding off on Vader, and they're gonna kind of do like they're gonna do kind of like the Spider-Man thing.
Okay.
The reveal. He'll show like the trail will be about to end, and then you'll see a red lightsaber activate or something.
That's what I was expecting, honestly.
That or
the breathing.
But I gotta say this though, I think it's actually kind of good that they didn't show him or anything, because you notice I think this is the only Star Wars trailer ever that's never had a lightsaber in it. And I think the reason they're doing that is because they want people to know you're not getting a lightsaber duel in this movie. You're not getting Force users a lot or anything. You're gonna get, it's gonna be a ground
blasters and TIE fighters.
Right. The only guy who may have a lightsaber is Vader. Everybody else might have like vibro blades or something that can counter a lightsaber that's not a lightsaber. But I think that it's good that they're making this movie so people can kind of expand on the idea of, hey, it's not only the Force users that are important. Everybody's important in this universe. So it's like, I like what they're doing with it. And
well, let me ask you a question. Is there a secret to this movie? Like, is there a secret in place that no one's expecting that basically this movie becomes a trilogy, or no, just one movie?
These anthology movies are not getting sequels.
But this particular one will not be a trilogy.
No, none of them.
It's a one-off. It's a one-off.
All of the planned and confirmed anthology movies right now, which are Rogue One and Han Solo right now, are the only two that are confirmed. They are not getting sequels from what I'm hearing because
this main character, right?
Yeah.
Like, why right away people are like, oh, that's Rey's mother or something stupid like that? Like, why are they jumping to conclusions?
I think they're doing that because it works with the timeline.
How does that work with the timeline? Because
this is literally a few days before like episode 4. So her and Luke are of the same age, apparently. I say a few days, I might be exaggerating a little, but it's a very negotiable amount of time between this and episode 4.
So is Luke supposed to hook up with her?
Possibly. I don't think so, but it's possible. Let me say this. If this character, I think her name is Jan, something like that. Something like Jen or something. I can't remember her name. She starts with a J. If she's a good character, I wouldn't mind her being Rey's mother, honestly.
Right.
However, I still don't think that Luke is her father. So
really,
I don't think that Luke is Rey's father. I think it's too easy. I think if you come out and say that now, there will be a large majority of people, or maybe not a large majority, but there will be a good amount of people who go, Okay, so is everybody just related to everybody in these movies?
Except that the whole point of these new trilogies is nobody's related to anybody, and
Except for Ren.
their new relationship with.
Hmm.
I mean, me personally, I'm hoping that she's not Luke's daughter because I don't want them to kill off Kylo Ren. I want him to be around for the next trilogy.
Well, why would they kill him in the second one? I mean, what are you gonna have Snoke as the main one? And Snoke is the main one in 9.
Well, no, I think he'll make it throughout the whole trilogy, but I have a funny feeling that they're probably going to kill him off in 9. But if they do that and Rey is not related to Luke, the Skywalker story's over. So it's like
She's definitely related to Luke.
she's. I don't know. I don't know. But getting back on topic though, I'm all for this movie because Gareth Edwards is doing it. I love Gareth Edwards as a director. I think the idea he has or had with this movie is good. And, you know, I think to answer your question, is there a secret or something? Yeah, I think that there's going to be something in this movie that leads to something big in the main trilogy or for a later movie.
Okay. What are
Because
the
cloaked
odds?
figure,
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't mean to keep going, but the cloaked figure in that trailer, the two things people are saying is you notice that there are 2 guards in the room with him, and what he's kneeling in front of looks like a Bacta tank. And basically what a Bacta tank, for people who don't know, is Bacta is a substance in the Star Wars universe that's like almost like a universal healer. It's like a liquid that you can drink or get suspended in that can really heal almost any wound. Almost any
So
wound.
Darth Vader can technically go in the tank and get healed from the burns?
No, that's too great. I mean, okay, you get blasted by a blaster.
Well, Luke was in the tank.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was Bacta. But
Yeah.
they said that he's kneeling in front of a Bacta tank, whoever he is. I think that guy's an Inquisitor, but I could be wrong. I don't know. It doesn't look like Darth Vader to me because the guy's build doesn't look like Vader, and Vader doesn't wear a hood. So
Right.
it's not the Emperor. Why would the Emperor be kneeling? Unless,
Right.
Plagueis is in that thing. But
They're not going to make it that the Emperor's kneeling to, Snoke or nothing.
I hope not.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
All right. I want to jump to episode 8 for a second. And here's the thing. I have a statement to make. What are the odds that the ending to episode 8 is so crazy that Kylo Ren becomes good and goes with Rey and Finn to take on Snoke?
I think that the odds of that are greater than people think.
And that it's just a weird force that's possessing him or something to try to make him stay evil. And now that thing happened with Han Solo, it's clearing him from the dark side. And he just, he tells Rey, Snoke's all powerful with his mind and that, boom. I mean, and next thing you know, Kylo Ren is that way, but with the resistance, the rebellion. And Scott's sleeping.
I've been under the impression that episode 9 is going to end the way I'm hoping it's going to end is with Rey and Finn. Well, maybe Rey and Finn, but Rey and Ren, who somewhat redeems himself to Ben Solo.
Yeah.
The reason I say that is because I think what would be a perfect kind of send off to this trilogy, if they want to end the Skywalker story here and maybe move on to something else or continue the Skywalker story in some manner. These are Anakin's grandkids, right? From what we know, Anakin was supposed to bring balance to the Force and whatnot. To me, it would be perfect if the way that they ended this trilogy is that finally realizing that there has to be a light and a dark side for there to be balance. Rey embodies the light while Ren embodies the dark. And they get rid of Snoke, who's trying to be overarching, get rid of him, and then they come to an agreement like, listen, we will be light and dark, but we have to kind of maintain our boundaries or whatever.
See, the thing is that, unfortunately, the definition of balance to the Force in the 80s was like what just about every movie was. Balance means that the good prevail, the evil doesn't exist. That's the way, that in a way, when you think about it in that perspective, that's kind of not a balance, which is true.
No.
But that's the balance that they were expecting. Like meaning, good's on top, and whatever. That's kind of not balanced.
Hiding
But
up in the shadows and
that's what they meant.
Well, when you really think about it, though, when you think about A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, there was no prophecy. When those movies first came out, Vader wasn't this like Messiah chosen one thing. He was kind of just a guy.
yeah.
But it was, in a way, if you think about it, it was balanced because it was Vader and the Emperor and Yoda and Ben Kenobi. So that's it. It's balanced. The only thing that's making it unbalanced is the fact that they got a whole damn empire.
Well, yeah,
that's
that's
them.
the problem. Yeah.
So that's kind of not balanced. They have whole armies and the clones and whatever the hell it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you right now, I honestly feel that that clone thing is not over. That how could they just not clone like Jedi and Sith? Like, how could you not? You have this friggin' facility. How could you not?
Unless they went the way of the droids, because you remember how in the
No way.
in New Hope, it's like, we're sorry, droids aren't allowed here. So that tells you there was a falling out with droids. So there might have been a falling out with clones.
No way, man. That thing is
Well,
so.
I know in Rebels, they said that the Empire stopped cloning, and that the clones that they had were told that they were no longer a part of the Empire's army.
Well, why did they stop cloning? Did like a clone batch rebel against the Empire?
There was no need. Which to me, this is what I think Rebels was trying to do. It's crystal clear that the stormtroopers in 4, 5, and 6 were not clones.
Right.
And we know that for a fact that they weren't clones.
Right.
Some of them may have been, but I don't think so. What I think Rebels was trying to do was kind of make a canon reason for why they're not. However, I agree with you. These clones were expert fighters. They were cloned by possibly one of the greatest, if not the greatest, bounty hunter in the galaxy at the time. Why wouldn't you keep cloning?
Why wouldn't you clone? What's the odds, right, that before Anakin became Darth Vader, that he was purely cloned, 100% intact the way he was?
Yeah.
Like the Emperor's like, all right, before you go here, let's just bring you here. We don't know. It could have happened. The Emperor could have cloned himself too.
Anything's possible. The reason why I don't think that they're going to go the route that Palpatine cloned himself was because I think you'll have a hard time selling that to a casual audience. Like, they'll kind of be like, oh, what, again with this guy? Where Star Wars fans are like, oh, yeah, this happened before.
No, but we think, it'd be like a joke. Like, you have your suits on a rack.
Oh, yeah.
It would be like bodies of the Emperor. And then his spirit, I'm going to go in this one today.
That's what it was like almost. But they added this thing, though, which is what I think they're probably going to, if they ever do it, like a cloning thing, the Emperor's bodies, the clones, would break down very quickly.
Yeah, because it can't withhold the energy, right?
So I think they could do something like they did this storyline in The Force Unleashed too, where they tried to clone Starkiller, but every time they did, it would never work because the Force, it couldn't be cloned.
Right.
You couldn't clone a body, and the Force would work with it.
They did that in the Spider-Man comic where they tried to clone Spider-Man and the clone would break down. Yeah.
What if I'm just saying, but say Leia and Luke get killed in 8, what are the chances that Rey and Kylo Ren switch roles and Kylo becomes good and Rey goes to evil because of Leia and that?
I don't think that would ever happen. I think that the kids would be upset.
Rey's definitely being tempted by the dark side, but I don't think.
No, I don't think that would be. That would be a people thrown up in their mouth moment. People would be.
They'd be probably having the same feeling which they did with Batman versus Superman if they did.
I'll tell you what, though, it would be a ballsy move.
Oh yeah.
It would be quite.
It would be like losing all hope if she becomes evil and Kylo Ren's already evil.
No. Rey said that if Rey becomes evil and Ren becomes good.
Oh, okay.
And they kill Leia and Luke in 8, and then in 9 they switch roles and.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't mind that actually,
Nah.
because I think that obviously in the end Ray would be redeemed. They're not killing Ray off. It's not happening. But again, if they did, that'd be another ballsy move. But if they did a double turn, that's something we've never seen before in Star Wars.
I know, but I don't think that would happen. People
I'm
get
not
upset.
putting anything off the table at this point. To tell you.
Yeah. All right.
But I agree. It's unlikely. I don't think that's
What's going on with Kong?
MTV, the movie awards, they did a small behind the scenes thing. I actually didn't see it because I was watching Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was anything huge. They just kind of gave it like a behind the scenes thing. So
What did you think of Fear Walking Dead?
I was bored.
Me too, man. I can't tell
I
you.
was bored out of my.
Oh God, I was talking about it on the last cast. I'm like, oh God, there's not even a theme music. They're on the water. They're gonna be in the water for 15 episodes. I'm like, oh my God, what the
It's not pruned with all the water that are around.
What the hell? Like, I mean,
There were like 3 scenes tonight that I kind of reacted to. The beginning scene where you see Los Angeles being firebombed, I thought was really good. I was like, okay, maybe we're in for something here. And then that end scene with the bullets in the ship, and then when Chris threw his mother overboard. Other than that, I didn't care. Honestly,
I'm just not. I mean, well, Sharon said to try it one more week. Otherwise, it's just going to be on the DVR and see it when I see it. But I was just not. This is definitely not. I'm so used to
out of it. Just
we got a routine. We want to
name
so we
only.
get into it. This was just like, oh. I'm like, is it over yet? It's like, come on, man. When you know it, like you're watching something, you can't wait for it to be over. Then that's a problem.
well, I mean, if you want something that was telling, and this is just my opinion, I was watching The Talking Dead as well. They had nothing to talk about. They were bringing up trivial things like, what would you do in the apocalypse? Or what?
Yeah, and that's how bad it is. You can't even do the same format for the Fear the Walking Dead because it's so slow paced.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
This is the thing, though. Like, the last episode of The Walking Dead got that horrible reaction. Now this is just boring. I don't know how people are going to react to this.
This could kill it.
This could kill it.
The
Yeah,
Fear the
that's where I
Walking
was
Dead
going with
could
it.
do that in.
I agree. 100%
That's a
agree.
mistake. And they renewed it for a 3rd season.
They did?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They did it prematurely.
they think that it was being such a good
They
success.
expected it. They got it greenlit. So no matter what, even if this bombs, it still has to be on the air.
They should have kept it at 6 episodes.
No, this is what, 15?
Yeah, I know. They should have kept it at 6.
Straight through though, right?
Mm,
This is 15 straight through, or we get a break?
I don't know.
I think it's going to be like summer, and then we take a break, then it comes back in August, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. Oh,
That's a good
God.
question.
I hope so.
But that's a lot of episodes, though.
Oh, God. Why would you do that to us?
This is what I was saying. With Fear the Walking Dead, they had an opportunity here. I was saying, maybe what they could have done was like maybe each season of Fear the Walking Dead show a different story from a different group's
For a different year, right? No.
Yeah, or do something like, and even if you did that, you don't have to kill off all the characters. But even if you did if you were going to do something different, maybe now is the time to pull the trigger and kind of show how this started.
They're never going
From
to do that,
someone's
though.
perspective, they're not going to do that. But even if they didn't want to do it, show it from like maybe we see it from another perspective, like maybe like a government official or something.
Or a scientist. Or a scientist.
I got to say, I'm so happy that no more friggin' Flight 462.
Mm-hmm.
That crap is done. Thank God. Done.
Mhm.
That was
I
the
think
worst
somebody
thing they ever
complained
did.
about it.
Oh, we're in the water now. That's
That
even
was
worse.
the worst thing they
Mm.
ever did. And I hope, and unfortunately, that's getting a sequel. They're going to do that again, they said, with something else.
Oh,
And I'm like, why would you do that?
they're
And nobody likes that. Did you like it, Scott? You didn't like it. Did you like it?
switched it on. I'll tell you this much. I watched 2 episodes, and it's like,
Horrible.
okay, and this is supposed to be horrifying. Why?
That's horrible. That's horrible. It's
How
like,
are they gonna do next season? Are they all going to be caught in like I said, in a chair, in one of those ski lifts? Oh no, here they go.
what could you, Chris? What could you highlight in this episode? For Talking Dead, they ate dinner. That he threw his mom overboard. I mean, what the
Yeah,
hell?
I mean-
Nothing happens.
Like I said, the only thing I really liked was the opening shot of Los Angeles being
Right.
blown up. I was like, that was really cool. But other than that, I was just like, nothing's happening.
I was telling Sharon, one more week and that's it. Because she said,
Yeah.
let's give it another week. I'm like, all right, but one more, that's it. I may even, I'll record it and we'll see when I'm bored. But, most of the time I record Supergirl, I
Sure.
record Damien, I record Base Motel. So it's very rare I get to watch them the minute they're on because I'm working.
Sure.
But in that case, I do watch it a day later or 2 days later. This stuff will be
What I
like,
do anyway, so.
this will be reserved for like once, every couple of weeks or whatever. It's like I'm not even.
Yeah. Like, well, one of the things I kind of looked forward to with the Walking Dead was there used to be a break, and it would build up the anticipation for it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But now I feel like, with me personally, I don't know if I want to watch Fear the Walking Dead with this.
That's even worse. Watching this.
Yeah.
You
I
made
don't
it ready from the finale. Now you're gonna have this
Right.
shit in your face.
But I feel like with as many episodes of however many episodes of Fear the Walking Dead they've got planned for this season, it's like there's no I don't get to take a breath from the Walking Dead. It's like Walking Dead, Walking Dead,
And
Walking
then you're
Dead.
gonna get Walking Dead for maybe 8 episodes. Then it's gonna go on break till February.
Right.
So let's just have a break completely from anything with walkers.
Yeah.
That's basically it. Because
Honestly, you want to know what the most exciting thing was other than that opening scene with Los Angeles blowing up?
The Preacher.
That looked good, but I finally saw a commercial for Norman Reedus' bike show, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, they killed him off!"
Right? Yeah, that's.
I was like, "They killed him off."
Yeah, everybody said that. All right, so we're gonna. I hate we're on a time limit. I think we're gonna go to Google Hangout. Chris, did you want to do another one in a few minutes or no?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, just give me about a couple minutes. I'm just gonna use the bathroom, and then we'll just everybody get your drinks and your goodies, and then
Oh,
Then we'll be back.
I want to talk about the Suicide Squad third trailer. If anybody didn't see it here, Chris, you saw it?
No, I didn't even know there was a third trailer.
All right, Chris. I'm gonna give you a link.
All right, I'll watch it.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye for now.